welcome to the Indigo Plateau live show and podcast. I am here with Woodland Docs, and unfortunately, not Pat Attack. He could not make it today, but that's okay. We have Docs here. Hi, Docs.
And I have enough personalities for the both of us.
So that's fair.
I can talk enough for the both of us. How's that?
That's true. We were just talking about how you did a solo episode, so it is possible, because I definitely could not do it.
That solo episode was crazy. Good thing I had community stuff to talk about. If in case anybody missed it and you feel like just hearing these lovely tones for an hour, and a whole bunch of choking.
Choking? What happened?
I couldn't take a drink because I was the only one talking.
Oh, you could have taken a drink. It's fine. It's not that serious.
That's when I was talking about the community design Pokemon gyms way back, and back in my day, I talked about community gyms.
Back in my day.
Back season one? Season one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. The good old days.
Good old days.
You know what? We've aged like a fine cheddar. So
I don't know about fine, but we definitely aged like cheese.
We are mold, and I am certain of that much.
That's disgusting. How are you doing today, Docs?
I gave you the full details before we got here. I had an eventful little day. How was your Monday?
You're just gonna leave chat with that little description?
Chat, if I know you personally, I will tell you, I promise. Very interesting Monday.
He stole some money from a bank, jumped off a roof on fire.
The roof was on fire, not me, just for clarification.
Yes. Yeah, something like that. My day was good. It was pretty uneventful. Can't complain.
We're doing this on a Monday for those that are here live, because this Thursday I'm going to be on the other side of the country. So it's for work, unfortunately, not for anything fun. But yeah, but hey, you know what? Free airfare, and that means free expensive meals that I normally wouldn't pay for myself.
That's fair. I did want to show chat the card that I pulled.
And what is it?
I'm going to show chat real quick. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, that's right. You should.
The Charizard that you're like, that's worth like $50, or was worth. What? It was worth 50.
It was worth much more than 50.
100, and now it's worth like.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, I don't care how much it's worth because I lost it when I saw this. I have had bad luck with pools for a long while. But this most recent set, I've been doing good. I got this. I got a bunch of full arts. I got some EX. I got what was it? The Dragonite EX I got. So that was cool.
Just before stream, Ellie and I opened 4 packs, and we got the Dark type Charizard EX, and we got No.
Oh.
No, yeah, yours is the cool one. We just got regular Charizard Dark type EX. And then we also got the Pidgey. That's like the full art Pidgey standing by the Route 1 sign.
Oh, it's so cute.
I think we have Pidgey and we have Pidgeot. I think we need Pidgeotto.
Oh, that's adorable. For those listening to the podcast after the fact, I realized I didn't actually say what card it is. It's the golden Charizard, the dark type.
The Terra type, the secret art. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the really, really good one.
But it's really, really good in our hearts. So
yeah. I was happy with it. I'll take crumbs at this point. To be quite honest.
Yeah, we're still maybe, I don't know, we still got about half the booster box left, and we've opened an ETB and we've gotten some hits. So can't complain, nothing over the top, but I do like the Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, and Pidgey. That's out of order. Full art, I like those. They're super cute. But yeah, we pace ourselves. When we have a stressful day, we open a couple of packs and then we move on.
You know what I'm excited for that I completely forgot about?
Original 151 set?
Yes! I forgot I pre-ordered that like months ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna support the old locals, Triple G, and get a box or 2 from them. So that'd be cool.
Sorry, I got distracted. Octo tried to redeem a loud scream. And it's not on here. So nice try, Octo. I saw it and then I was like,
I just call it.
It was
Octo.
Octo. Nice
Octo
try.
Hey, there's your alt account. Ako Taco.
Akko Taco?
Avo Taco. Oh no, I don't like avocado.
You don't like avocado?
Mm. It adds nothing.
You also don't like coconut, which is like one of my favorite things.
Man, we gotta go. Like when we go to dinner, guys, together, we have to go somewhere with a lot of options between me.
Or hibachi. Oh, Tario doesn't like avocado. Tario. I'm sorry.
Tario, yeah, okay.
He doesn't like avocado.
Claps for you. Yeah, no, I think I accidentally had avocado once. Like I didn't know it came on the thing, and then I'm like, what is this? And it was avocado.
Oh, sad.
Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Well, so like I mentioned, I'll be traveling for work. So thank you guys for chilling with us on a Monday. I would be missing Thursday. So thank you guys for bearing with us and doing this on a Monday. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and this episode will be out in audio form on Thursday, actually. So
because look at that good at this podcast.
That's not why, but that we could lie. We'll just lie. Everyone, we're on top of it.
You don't get famous without lying. So before I lie anymore, I think we should move into first topic of the night. What do you think?
Sure, I guess.
Okay. Since you're so committed to it, I'll be the one to introduce the topic.
What else? You always introduce the topics.
I know.
That's like your shtick.
Yeah. That and the old face bean. So anyways, yes. First topic of the night. So we all have played Pokemon video games. If you've been engrossed in the franchise and you haven't played the game, I don't know how. But we've all played the games, and with Pokemon games come Pokemon moves. Pokemon moves such as Surf. Mike Tyson has entered the podcast.
Oh no.
Surf and Earthquake. There we go. Moves like Surf and Earthquake are otherwise known as natural disasters. So I wanted to toss around the question: would there actually be natural disasters in the world if Pokemon existed? I mean, they can control them, so do they get rid of them? Or are you like, Hawaii's about to blow a volcano, go send out a Magmar? Like, what do you do?
Well, see, my question is, can they actually stop it just because they're able to cause it?
Well, I mean...
Question mark?
Do they cause it because they're able to control the element around them? I mean, like, how does the Hatchback cause an earthquake? By jumping up and down on the ground? Does it send energy? How is it causing the earthquake in the first? How is it causing the lava plume? How is it? You know what I mean?
Earth bending, fire bending. They're benders. Hello, problem solved.
Every Pokemon has a little avatar inside of them.
Exactly.
No, I think that natural disasters they would still exist, but because the Pokemon have the ability to control the element, like let's just say. I don't want to keep using Hawaii as an example because we all know what happened in real life, unfortunately. So, shout out to the good Hawaiians. But, like, let's just say, middle America, where there's tornadoes, right? It's all super flat ground.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a fully evolved flying type out there, and you have a whole stable of Pidgeot, and a hurricane's forming, and then you can just have them just all surround it and blow the wind the other way, cancel out the hurricane. And that would be a tornado. Hurricane, you need a flying type and a water type. That's what Pelipper, I found your use.
God.
I found what we can do with you, Pelipper.
No, you know what? I'd rather just have the hurricane happen than have the Pelipper fix it and be like, never mind, it's fine.
You know what? Pelipper, you still suck.
I mean, yeah. So you're saying like you'd have a flock of Pidgeot just like fly the opposite way of a tornado? And just kind of like
they just blow the air the other way that it's spinning, and that'll counteract the tornado. Or places along the coast where there's tsunamis and high tide and all that stuff. You just put a bunch of Pokemon out there that can control the tide, and so that way you can if you're a Pokemon trainer, you know where to go if you want a specific Pokemon. B, you know where the natural habitat is, so that you can help preservation, and C, they can help preserve humanity by controlling the natural disasters in that area.
Okay. So you're saying that you think there'd be just less. It'd still happen, obviously, because it's just weather.
Yeah, weather be weather.
Weather be weather. Now, let me ask you this. Because there are Pokemon in this scenario, do you think there would be more in total because of the wild Pokemon that aren't actively trained to stop these things?
That's a solid one, actually.
Because these wild Pokemon aren't going to be fighting these things. Probably. Maybe they would.
I mean, like, I guess it goes back to, like, if earthquakes are common in your area, you're going to have a bunch of Pokemon trained to stop it, whether they're, like, the not wild
the tame Pokemon?
Yeah, you got me.
I got you. I stumped you.
Yeah, you got me on that one. No, I think that since the trained to stop it would still be in the area, if the wild ones started causing a problem, they could just go counteract it. Or if the wild ones were just chilling and they're like, huh, why is there like a house being thrown at me in the air? Then they'd get it together.
I'm still convinced that if Pokemon were real, the Earth would just be gone. It'd blow up. On fire, underwater, cracked in half. It just there's nothing to stop it.
You just made Team Aqua and Team Magma happy at the same time.
Both happy, but also upset at the same time.
That they're dead. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it really just depends on the number of wild versus tame Pokemon.
Well, so I mean, if the wild ones are causing natural disasters, that's definitely going to cause a problem. But most of these moves, Surf. Mike Tyson is just inside of me. Earthquake, Surf, Lava Plume, Hurricane, etc. These are moves that they don't normally learn until they're super high level, and wild Pokemon are usually weaker. And I think part of the whole lore, for lack of a better term, is that Pokemon level up and learn better moves because they're partnered with the trainer and they win fights and stuff. Mm-hmm. So if they're not winning fights and if they're not partnered up with a trainer, who's going to teach them new moves?
I'm sorry. I just got distracted. Rogue added the quote, Mike Tyson is just inside of me.
I did say, I did tell you where Mike Tyson is.
Oh no.
Yeah. So anyways, I think that would also play a factor. These moves aren't like, I mean, Surf's an well, rest in peace HMs, but Surf is not a naturally learned move. So that right there helps. Most of them are higher level. I know Earthquake does come naturally to some, but that is also a TM. Lava Plume, I'm pretty sure there's not a TM for that, but still higher level move. So I don't know. I think it would balance itself out. Just like the Avatar, everything would be perfectly balanced.
Yeah. Well, so I guess that does bring a good point, because earlier I just said there'd be no Earth. But much like nature, there's a balance to everything. So we would get to a point where everything is balanced out, and assuming there's humans and Pokemon living together, it has to be stable enough to, for everyone to live together. Yeah, so maybe, you know what? Maybe you wouldn't even need to tame Pokemon to counteract anything, because the wild Pokemon will just take care of it. Because maybe there's like an innate, like
this is our world too, we need to protect it.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon are smart. I would say they're smarter than the average animal.
Except for Psyduck.
Okay, that's 1 out of over 1,000. But I think they would probably protect their land on their own accord, probably.
Yeah.
So maybe it wouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah, and that just gave me an idea for a topic of the dumbest Pokemon. Who is the dumbest Pokemon? If anybody says Machoke, I'm fighting you. But I think everything's in balance.
No, it's Pineco. Wow. Oh, Rogue said it just as I said it.
Just because it's literally a pine cone.
I'm just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and say that the world is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say there are natural disasters, only because the Pokemon would take care of them. I feel like the ones that are going on a rampage would be shut down by the ones who could actually stop it.
Yeah. And weather's going to weather. I mean, I was talking about this with a coworker. Everyone thinks that the weather where they are is special. No, weather is just weird.
Yeah,
It's just,
everyone has like a weird weather thing. Like we always joke, being in Ohio, how like we have all 4 seasons in a day. But that happens elsewhere. It's not just Ohio.
Yeah. Especially last week, those storms, my goodness. But
oh my god.
it was rough.
Not to go on a tangent, but outside of my window, we have a little courtyard and we have metal benches. One literally was tumbling in the wind, like tumbleweeding across the courtyard. I was like,
Zuko, stay inside.
Yeah, luckily another one stopped it. It didn't go too far, but it blew enough for that to happen. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, my whole work flooded, so that was fun.
Oh, wait, Octo said in Texas we haven't had a true rainstorm in weeks. Grass is yellow. Oh, that sucks.
Ooh, yeah, that's a drought.
Yeah, we haven't had, before these storms, we haven't had a lot of rain, and then all of a sudden it's like, here's everything. And then places were flooding. So that was fun.
It was a dry start to our summer, but now it's just way too wet. But
it is.
I can't let that comment go, Rogue. The fact that you picked on Pineco, so I'm just gonna hijack the second topic to be about my favorite Pokemon, Pineco.
Well, before we move on to our next topic, we have a Pokemon Tarot to do, and Octo just asked if we have snow. Docs, do you want to tell him how much snow we can get?
Octo, we get enough snow to where I am a grown man and I cannot lift my legs. Okay, that it gets that deep sometimes up here
to your waist. To your waist.
I cannot
lift not higher.
I'm a very large man, so
yeah. No, we get snow. We get a lot of snow.
Just a little bit.
But Octo did do a Pokemon Tarot, so I got a nice fat stack of cards right here that I want to pull from.
That is a fat stack.
Yeah, these are like from the most recent sets I pulled. So hopefully, I know I have some energies in here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Bronzong. Boring. I'll do another one for free because who likes that Pokemon, right?
I'm sure there's some downloads in Texas.
Oh, Doc's favorite. Flamigo.
Oh, yay.
All right, we'll do one more.
I thought it was a 3-for-1.
You get a 3-for-1 because I'm feeling generous today. All right.
Good job, Bacho.
Oh, okay. I like Belly Bolt.
Okay, that's better.
Belly Bolt's cute. All right, 3-for-1 deal on Pokemon tarot cards. Well,
you heard it here first or last.
So if anyone else redeems it, you get 3 cards because why not?
Well, all right. Now I'm done. Now I'm done with standing that Pineco slander. So with the introduction of Gen 9 in the Paldea region, I do have a new absolute favorite Pokemon just because it hits so close to home in the form of Darkspun. But Pineco is the OG. Pineco has been the 24-year favorite, however long it's been out.
Right. It's
unfortunately Darkspun is 2 on the nose for me. So.
I know. I'm afraid of the day. Not afraid, but like when I feel like I'm just always gonna say Gengar by default, just because I can't just pick another Pokemon. I feel like it has to be really crazy. But to your point, Darkspun just did it for you.
It was just so close. It was so perfect for me. But we wanted to talk about changing the type of our favorite Pokemon. So I obviously have 2 to talk about. Ghost, I'm sure you have more than just Gengar to talk about. Or hopefully you do.
I do.
If not, I'm more prepared than you for once. But I will start with Pineco. And I'm not just going to grass. Like that's the cheap move, right? Just
it's not grass, it's just bug, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like am I gonna change it? So here's where I'm going with this, okay?
Okay.
Let me count the weaknesses. And that's why I love Pineco, because we're both not afraid to show our weaknesses. So Pineco is straight bug, like we just said. It is 2 times weak against flying, rock, and fire. And then, of course, when it evolves into Fortress, it gains even some quad-type weaknesses. So I'm like, all right, if this thing were to evolve, I'm just be in a world where it does too. But I'm going to start by making Pineco himself Dark-type.
Dark-type?
I would love for him to be Dark-type.
Why? What makes him dark?
Well, first off, that earthy, deep green, that kind of borders along, black, some colors that you'd associate with dark types.
Okay.
Not exactly purple or anything, but it's got that deep earthy tone. The earth is, shadows is part of the earth. So I didn't want to go ghost, but I'm like, okay, so shadowy darkness, the forest gets dark. He can hide in, he can blend in to be extra camouflage. So, his color blends in with the trees, and then, the darkness blends in with the shadows.
Doesn't he knows explode and stuff, right? Explosion.
He
Because that could be
explode.
like part of his gimmick. Like he like mischievously falls from trees and explodes in people's faces. That's a very dark thing to do.
There you go. So, plus I think that dark types are, I don't want to say underutilized, but I want to say underappreciated. Dark types is the more I go on, they're underappreciated. I mean, for anyone who plays that degenerative ROM hack, Radical Red, that we would never condone such a thing here at the Indigo Plateau Show. Arbok gets dark type added to it, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing's infinitely better now.
Yeah, seriously.
So, I think Pineco would benefit from becoming dark type.
Okay. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, it already has bug bite, so moves like bite, crunch, that still fits because apparently it can bite. I don't know how, but
there's a mouth under there somewhere.
Yeah, it's still got a mouth, so bite, crunch works. Pursuit. Especially if you're in the woods, it can you're running out of the woods, it can just drop out of the tree, hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Pineco would work as a dark type.
I could see it. I would. Yeah, I honestly forget Pineco's not grass to begin with. So when you said just picking grass is too easy, I'm like, wait. It's not grass. It's just a bug.
Hey, just one buggy boy.
Octo said he would replace Lucario's steel type with ice, which would be pretty sick.
Fighting in ice?
Yeah. Oh, are there what fighting ice is there? Even
fighting ice.
Is that a type combo that's not used yet? Off the top of my head, I can't think of one.
There has to be bear takes just ice.
Let's take a look, shall we? Hold on.
I don't think that does anything for Lucario's weaknesses and strengths, though.
No, but I think it's cool. I didn't think about that when I was changing type. Okay, so fighting ice type Pokemon. Is there one that exists? Not fire, ice. What Pokemon is fighting ice? No? I don't know. I don't know that there is one. Anyways, continue.
I made something new.
Look at that.
Well, no, that's actually all I had on Pineco, so I'm gonna let you.
Okay. So we'll start with Gengar, obviously, and
you like Gengar?
Yeah, I do. Outside of like Dark, I was like, what else could a Gengar be? I was thinking maybe like, okay, so unfortunately, the types that I would give him weren't there in Gen 1. So we would have to like pretend that they existed. So like Dark and Fairy I could see. Just because of how he's a ghost, but he's also very playful, so I could see the fairy type playing in there.
Got that attitude. Okay.
But I couldn't think of like anything else that would make sense. Could you think of anything for Gengar?
I mean, like the elements, water, fire, grass, no. Earth, not really.
Mm-mm.
Flying, maybe because he levitates. Nah.
The only thing, maybe if we wanted to try to shoehorn an element in there, maybe if we gave him like Will-O-Wisp and try to do fire, because like there's like misfortune with Gengar, and like fire is like set your house on fire. I don't know, like I'm just grasping at straws here. Like that's
no, there's not much out of like, I don't want to say the stereotype picks for Gengar, but there's not much in terms of the elements that you could do for him. So he has to be dark, fairy, ghost, psychic, He has to be there because psychic. He's just a supernatural body.
Yeah. I was like, well, this one's not very creative where I could go with it. So that's kind of what I got. It's like he has to be like dark and fairy. I just feel like those two are like the two different sides of Gengar. Like his mischievous side, but also his playful side. So I was like, that's a good pick.
It reflects his personality 100%. So I could go, and then I think nowadays what we have is just Grimmsnarl like that. So yeah, and I hate Grimmsnarl. So
No, you hate him?
it's awful.
What do you mean it's awful?
It's ugly. It's annoying.
So? So?
I'm just projecting my own. I'm projecting my own inadequacies on a Pokemon.
Oh my god. Ugly and annoying.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
I'm ugly. Oh my god.
So I would also take a stab at changing Darkspun. So Darkspun, the very first thing that came to my mind was electric, but then I hesitated very, very quickly. Hesitated quickly. That's an oxymoron.
Hesitated. Well, no, you quickly started to hesitate. Like
there we go. Boom. English.
We figured it out.
No, I went to electric and I'm like, then I just made Yamper.
Yeah.
I just made a electric corgi and electric demeanor dog.
A bready Yamper. I'm curious your reason for electric though.
Well, no, it was just his colors. It's his colors. I always picture dogs as fast. Electric is a fast type. So I was gonna go there first. But then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I could just make this as boring as possible.
Normal.
And I was gonna make it a normal type.
Oh man, he's just fairy, right?
Yeah. So I was gonna go with normal, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually where I can feel comfortable, because if I give him access to the elemental fangs, it can still be good for type matchups. It can learn bite and crunch. It's definitely got a mouth, just like Pineco somehow.
It's definitely got a mouth. That is for sure.
Tonight's topic: mouths.
Oh no! Oh god!
But so I'm like, okay, and then it can beat up on ghost types because it's a normal type, and it have bite and crunch and whatever. So I give it the strong jaw ability, so all those biting moves pay off. I'm like, yeah, if I'm changing up Darkspun, I'm gonna go normal type. And I'm just gonna play on all the different elemental bites.
Interesting. You know what I would do for Darkspun? I would definitely probably do fire.
Because of baking bread,
and then rock, because like an oven, like
a stone oven.
Yeah.
But would you have to change the aesthetic then?
No, he's bread. It's fine. What about bread makes it a fairy type? Like, I don't know.
I mean, the recipe calls for a quarter cup of love. So
maybe, unless it's playing on like the gingerbread man or like things made out of food, is a very like fairy tale type situation. So maybe that's where they got that from. But I could see it being fire. Isn't it like his whole gimmick when he gets hit by a fire type move or his one defense ability? Yeah. So or at the very least, add fire to fairy.
Fire fairy, yeah.
That'd be sick.
No, I think the whole food thing is where the fairy type comes from. I don't know what else we could do with him, but I wanted to do normal type because it's another just
That's fair. I mean, he is a dog made out of bread. So, what are you gonna do?
Who is your second pick?
Espeon. And what did I'm blanking. What did I have Espeon? It's one of those things because, again, based on its aesthetic, fairy would be a good pick, but I just did that for Gengar, so I really don't want to stick with fairy.
Yeah, you're not double down.
But I don't know what else to do. I could think maybe I don't know. That's a hard one.
I mean, it is again for the same reasons as Gengar. You can't use any elements because there's not one you can really stick with it. If there was a light type, I could see light type.
Oh, 100%. Because Umbreon's dark type.
Right. So why don't we have a light type?
I think Fairy basically became the light type, or that's what everyone thought the new type was going to be when they were going to announce it. So I feel like Fairy's like basically the light type.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, you can. Well, no, because it doesn't really. I was gonna say normal, but I'd doing the same treatment as I did for Darkspun.
Come on. I'm gonna take a look at the list of types just to. I could, you know what? Maybe I could see it be poison, just out of the pure fact that it's purple.
I would, and you can even shade it a darker purple, and
yeah, I could see that. Or even, I mean, it's a stretch, but if we're changing move sets anyways, maybe something like ice. I could see
it'd be cool to go from like the pale pink to a pale blue.
Yeah. I don't even think you need to change the color. It's just like something about, you know what it is? It's that card from Neo Genesis, maybe that Espeon card, my favorite card of all time.
Yeah, I remember it.
So I do associate it with ice a little bit, mostly because of that card. But like, there's really not much else you could do. I would say probably poison. I would say poison because I don't want to do fairy because of Sylveon. I don't want to say ice because of Glaceon. So I want to go ahead and stick with poison.
Changing the EV is hard for that very reason.
Yeah. And its eyes are just like purple. There's like no pupil going on. So it's like kind of dead looking.
The purple pupil eater?
What if we made a ghost?
There you go.
out of all the evolutions, this is definitely the one. Well, maybe Umbreon. But this was definitely ghost vibes.
No, Umbreon's definitely the dark type. It's
I would say either poison or ghost, which is Gengar. So hey, look at us go.
You just turned it into Gengar. Perfect.
I do what I can.
So I didn't really think on any other Pokemon that I really like. So I mean, changing types for me is a really hard topic. So just because I want to default to color based, or then I'm like, oh well, bug becomes grass, and then it's really hard for me to think outside the box.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Pineco becoming grass makes the absolute most sense. So I don't think anyone would blame you for doing that.
I just felt like that one was a cop out.
It was, but it's also the closest to being true.
So then as I go for any mono bug type, just now it's grass.
I mean, if we're playing this game, yeah. Just it might as well. I don't know. Are there any other Pokemon that you would want to take a stab at?
No, it's hard for me to even think on them. Okay. Like I said, my brain just defaults to what it already is, or color. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my third favorite Pokemon is Victory Bell. So what even would you do with that? Maybe dark.
Rock. Definitely rock.
I could see it being dark because you know what you could do. Again, you'd have to change the lore and everything behind it, but it like mimics a plant, so it's not actually a plant. But then you could just do that for anything, just like it's not actually a plant. So,
I mean, that's what Venus flytraps do.
They mimic.
They pretend to be something else, don't they?
I mean, they have a mouth.
The mouth, perfect. Back to the theme. Love it.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this was hard outside of just like it's purple, so it's got to be poison.
It's really hard. So I'll just leave most Pokemon how they are.
I do stand by my fire rock Darkspun though. I think that's a close. If it wasn't fairy, that would definitely be what it would be.
I just wanted to be do normal type to be cool.
Normal, boring.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
Well, last topic we want to touch on tonight. So in those natural disaster situations, it got me thinking about like where natural disasters occur. And I'm like, it's mostly on the coast, it's driven by the land, driven by the water. And I'm like, what is the land? What is the water? And that's your region. And you don't like where this is going? And
I was just very like, what's land? What even is air? What's even water?
Guys, if you just go outside, put a handful of soil in your palm of your hand, and you just stare at it, it will grow. No. But what makes up the Pokemon universe where these natural disasters can or cannot occur? The regions. And since it is fictional, unfortunately, they had to base these regions off of real world landmarks or real world biomes, or whatever you want to call it. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about how the entire first half of the series was based on different regions of Japan, and then we finally got out of Japan.
Yeah, on the second half. Yeah, you're right.
So I have this article up here. So Kanto is literally Kanto. It's got like a long O symbol over it.
Is it the line? The little
Yeah,
line?
yeah.
Okay.
Johto is Kansai, Hoenn is Kyushu, and Sinnoh is Hokkaido, and then the this article claims that the battle zone, so the post game, is based on Russia. I don't see that at all.
What?
I did not see it at all. I mean, it's been a while since I've done that, but I did not. But so Hokkaido, Kyushu, Kansai, and Kanto. I don't know how the O is supposed to be pronounced, but so first 4 regions based on Japan. Do you think they did that on purpose because of they were unsure of the longevity of the franchise and they want to stay true to their roots? Or do you think that was a still, hey, this is early in the Western culture loves Japan phase. Let's milk this Japan for all its,
No, it probably just out of familiarity.
Okay.
Perhaps. I really don't. I think they're just because that's where they're at, so they just based it off of where they're from.
Now, in all honesty, I only see Japan reflected strongly in Johto.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't see it whatsoever in Hoenn, and I kind of picture Kanto as the everywhere. Like, everywhereville, whatever country, you know what I mean? Like, that could be any country in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, they're changing biomes, but it's not too specific.
Yeah, it's like town, bunch of grass and trees, town, bunch of grass and trees.
Yeah.
Town, grass and trees.
Grass and trees.
Yeah, there's not, I don't know, there's really no structures that scream Japanese to me.
Yeah, and not even structures, but like, again, I know it came out with, Game Boy graphics, but even through all the remakes, it's not like they put cherry blossom trees. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if that's stereotypical, but I mean, it's at least recognizable.
Yeah, it's representation of Japan's landscape. The mountains.
Are there mountains in Johto? Oh, no, not Johto, Kanto, sorry.
There's not Hoenn. Hoenn has that big lift that we have to go up.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be, is Mount Fuji in Kyushu, Japan? I'm not sure. Hokkaido is very manufacturing based, I believe, like very heavy manufacturing and buildings and industrial.
Mm-hmm.
So that does kind of fit Sinnoh to me.
Sinnoh. Yes.
Genfo. Yes.
Yeah. No, I was going through all the towns in my head. Just like,
yeah, I mean, Sunny Shore is a little bit off for me. I don't think Hokkaido's very beachy, but yeah, that pretty much fits it right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to your point, outside of Gen 2, I don't know if people would know that it was based on anything in real life, whereas the other gens we'll talk about are all more very clearly very, very influenced.
I mean, and to be fair, these were the early gens. They were limited in the original graphics. And for at least Kanto, they may have wanted to seem like an everywhereville. So, if you're a German kid playing the game, if you're an American kid playing the game, you're a Mexican kid playing the game, you're like, oh, this is just like the city by me.
Sorry, real quick. Rogue said the way it blew my mind when I realized all the cities were colors and the starting city was palette. How long did that take to realize?
Until I had internet access, whatever age that was.
Oh no.
But I mean, and again, for people who've been there too, someone who's been to Kyushu, Japan, I'm like, maybe Hoenn or Kyushu has too much water. I don't know. Maybe someone once rated on TripAdvisor their trip to Kyushu 7 out of 10. I don't know. I've never been there. I plan on being there next year. But
yeah, well, you know what? We'll have to revisit this topic when you actually go, because we might be just like completely wrong, and all
So
these places are very like recognizable.
our 3 downloads from Japan will be like, "You're idiots." I'm like, "Yes, I know."
I mean, at least from a Westerner's perspective, what we're shown of Japan, the games do not scream what we
Those specific places
would attribute Japanese culture to.
Do you know why I know Hokkaido is manufacturing?
How do you know that?
The Simpsons.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Hey, you know what? As long as The Simpsons taught you something, good show.
I'm very proud of that. So then, speaking of pride, I didn't feel much pride in this one because I'm not from the Big Apple. But everybody, I say Big Apple. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Unova.
Unova. I thought we were saying Big Apple.
Unova.
Unova, yeah. New York.
I mean, oh my god. There's the most New York thing to ever be in a video game. I don't care if you're playing Spider-Man Miles Morales and you're swinging from the Empire State Building. No, that's less New York than Unova is.
I know. And even like the whole Ground Zero area.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that was by accident, which I highly doubt, like, come on now.
I mean, even Black 2, White 2, when you go in the sewer, I'm like, okay, I get it. This is New York. I'm not disagreeing with you whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the middle's Manhattan, and then all the boroughs around it, the bridges.
Yeah, I'm like,
all of it.
I'm like, congratulations, you acknowledge that you have an American fan base. Like, good job. But I mean, and that's also one of my least favorite regions to play through.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's very linear. It's like go around in a circle.
That's probably it, because it's a very fixed pattern. Even in Black 2, White 2, you just do a couple things on the island and then you scoot over and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, well, it used to be one of my go-tos for not my go-tos, one of somebody else's go-tos for randomizers, but just because it was the most up to date until people learned how to do it on the 3DS. But yeah, I mean, you all can play for yourself. You'll see New York City. There's
look at a picture of it and you will literally see that it is New York.
You walk into the newspaper place and someone tries to sell you a hot dog. That's how realistic they made it. But moving on to my personal vote for second best game in the series.
Second? Oh, because you like the new ones that much. That's right.
We took a trip to Kalos, and if the professor saying je ne sais quoi does not give it away, I don't know what will. But having a freaking Eiffel Tower in the middle of Lumios? No, that's not spot on or anything.
No, and that's just like the crazy part. They're like, it's inspired by. No, it is like basically. You might as well just have said it. Like, just put these games in the real world at this point. Like, it's fine.
I mean, the shopping, the fashion focus. I'm like, this is France.
The pastries.
Exactly.
Again, never been to Paris, but like even the smaller towns just seem, I don't know, just gives off that vibe.
The artist class of trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's like a shopping class trainer, and she literally has a baguette sticking out of her bag. And I'm like, you guys are like, you're nailing it for subtlety. 100% nailing it.
So even the evil team was about fashion, wasn't it? Isn't that part of their thing? Team Flare?
Yeah. Wait. Was this Team Flare?
Yeah, I think so.
No. Wait, was it?
I don't know. They all make stupid poses. Who would even know?
Yeah, but then what's the Z move? Is this the Z move? Am I ahead of myself?
Perhaps.
Yeah. But no, so the internet says metropolitan France. So I saved $5,000 on a plane trip because I just played through X and Y.
Dude, I would live there. So like Lumios is like a nice big city, but all the small towns just seem so cozy, and they have like the cobblestone streets, and it just looks lovely.
The Go-Go Ranch.
Yes. Oh my god, that was like the best part of any game.
I would go get a job on the Go-Go Ranch.
Right. if I could just go live and take care of go-goats and then go to Lumios when I wanted to have a day out or something and go back to my little ranch with the go-goats.
No,
Perfect.
it's a great region, it's a great game, but they might as well just, I mean, who knows? Is sycamore a French tree? I don't know.
I don't know. It should have just been Pokemon Wee Wee.
Yeah, there's another one for you, Rogue. All the professors are trees.
She's like, what? They're trees? Well, outside. Wait, what's not the most recent ones?
Yeah, no, Seda is not a tree.
Womp,
and
womp.
I only focused on mommy. I didn't focus on daddy. So whatever.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name
His name. So we move on to my stupid pose, of the Alola region, and at first people were like, "Oh, it's Jamaica," and then they're like, "No, it's Hawaii."
Even the name Alola is so close to Aloha.
Yeah. Well, with how having a dark complexion, some people were jumping to the conclusion of, oh, it's like, the Caribbean islands.
Oh.
But then once you get more and more from the game, you're like, okay, it's Hawaii, you moron.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Hawaiian people also have darker skin. So.
Yes, true. And then once you get to the surfing, you're like, okay, surfing is not necessarily a Caribbean thing. If the curries would have been in there, I mean, Caribbean food features curries, but that game didn't have curries.
Mm-hmm.
Hotels in the bellhop, like super touristy. Hawaii is a tourist destination. Don't leave the resort, So it's not as dead on as Unova and Kalos. I think it did a great job of creating the environment.
Really? I think this is like even more so obvious. Really? I mean, the fact the region is multiple islands in and of itself is a pretty good giveaway. Also, the palm trees everywhere. It's always sunny.
Are we going to talk about the Pokemon that's literally a lay?
Yeah. And yeah, we are. I wasn't going to, but then you brought it up. So yes, we are going to talk about it.
Okay, we're getting closer to dead on.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on in my opinion. I think this more so than any other game. I mean, if we go back to Kalos, if we take away the Eiffel Tower thing, whatever that's called,
Lumios, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't be as obvious. Unova, that's pretty obvious. So I think Unova and Hawaii, Alola are very similar.
I mean, the professor's speaking French to you. Come on now.
Outside of him, but
then again, you can say the same thing about Alola because Kukui literally is a shirtless scientist, and Hala is like an old he's got that like Samoan and that Pacific Islander feel to him.
Mm-hmm.
So even the main characters there, Lily,
where did she come from?
She is the tourist who overstayed her welcome.
Yeah, go away. Don't go to Hawaii, folks. They're literally begging people not to.
Yeah, it's sad, but they will rebuild. Hawaiians have a very strong sense of community, so I've got all the faith in them. But we've been watching the Great Food Truck Race lately, and one of the seasons there was a team from Hawaii, and every city they went to, they found the local Pacific Islander Hawaiian community,
mm-hmm.
and at one point they all just started singing together. I'm like, oh my god, like that's really cool. You're not going to get a bunch of white people together and sing Sweet Caroline.
I mean, you could, but that's not something you want. All right.
So before I offend any other races, let's move on. So then we come to the worst region in Pokemon history.
Get out of here.
Absolutely awful.
I do not co-sign that opinion.
So Galar, guys, if you haven't figured, is so British. So British. I mean, it has the aesthetic down to a key. I think the DLC is supposed to be like Scotland, and the article suggests the Isle of Man in Wales. I don't know anything about the Isle of Man, but Wales, I could see a Welsh influence. But I mean, it's so very British.
It's so very British.
I mean, everything about it, like the way that the cabbies dress, the ones that fly the overnight taxis. That's old school Brit. Something about capes feels very British to me.
I'll see that.
I don't know why it just does, but I'm trying to think any Pokemon that are just. Oh, we got a freaking cup of wait, is Sinistea Galar?
Yeah, he is. We
got a literal cup of tea, guy.
Yeah, he's adorable.
And going back to we got a pile of trash. So
and the pigeons
and the pigeons, exactly.
Rogue called it Wooloo Land, and that's what it should be called instead.
It should be called Wooloo Land. There's the Scottish, because I believe Scottish are big time sheep farmers.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, this is very middle. Is that Middle Europe? Middle Europe, or is that Western Europe? I think that's Western Europe.
Me and geography are not friends.
Yeah, my geology sucks.
Is it geography or geology?
Oh, it's geography.
Okay. You had me questioning things for a second. We're smart, I swear.
Anything else to note there? I think that might be the one that does it the most subtle.
Yeah, I would say any British people listening are probably, again, just like, what the hell are they talking about?
Matt's gonna unfriend me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think out of the other, at least Alola, it's not as
it's a nice spot. I mean, Gen 5 forward so far, this has been the most subtle. And then of course we have our brand new friends in the Paldea region, which is Spain and Portugal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot for a second. I'm like, what is that?
No, and I love Latin culture, so this one was really cool for me. Especially like some of the what's that store? The store in the town of your university, depending on which academy you go to.
There's a bunch of stores there.
Yeah, but there's a store and it makes a Spanish language pun. Oh, it's so funny too. The first time I saw it, I laughed for 5 minutes.
I don't know Spanish, unfortunately.
I wish I could remember that. It's like the store's motto, and then it's like a language. It's like a Spanglish pun. Oh, and I'm just like, oh god, that's so funny.
Yeah, that went right over my head because I
think it's one of the delis.
Okay.
Hold on. I you go to Carrie for a second.
Oh no. Yeah. I don't know Spanish at all, so I can't help you there.
Paldea region.
Wait, what was it? What did you say?
I'm looking up Delhi name Paldea region.
Delhi name Paldea region.
Oh, it's Delicioso.
Delicioso. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you get food. I'm just like, oh, this is perfect.
Whatever makes you happy, I guess.
It takes very little these days.
So amused.
But then like flamenco dancing, even though it's the worst Pokemon in a very long time. Come on, it's Amigo. It's literally.
But I like flamingos, so just it's not bad to look at. It's just underwhelming. There's a difference between ugly and just kind of like there. And I don't think it's ugly. I just think it's just a flamingo.
The grapes.
The olives.
No, Smoliv, that's a very isn't that olive oil, isn't that Portuguese in nature? Or is that Italian?
I don't know. I always think Greek when I think of olives, but they probably have them all over there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of grapes, your academy uva. I believe uva is Spanish for grapes. I'm not sure. I know uva and then naranja. Isn't naranja? Well, I know naranja is orange in Spanish. What's the other academy name? It's uva and what?
I don't know. Oh my god. It's terrible. Although, can we talk about the fact that it's scarlet and it's an orange?
Yeah, it is naranja. Yeah. It is
okay, that sounded about right. I only played scarlet or violet.
So you played uva. So you played grape academy. I played orange academy.
Yeah.
Which, and then isn't the one of the DLCs like Blueberry Academy or something like that.
Yeah, that's the new DLC,
Yeah.
Blueberry Academy.
Yeah, but so the language puns are great because it's not just thrown at you. It takes a little bit of thought. I love that. The Pokemon relate to it. I don't know. I'm just a happy camper talking about Paldea.
I will say, aren't some of the buildings like that? It's not clay per se, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what that.
Adobe?
Yeah, aren't some of the towns have buildings like that?
I mean, there's that one town before the spooky forest in Galar that's kind of like that.
No, I feel like there are. I don't know.
I don't recall off the top of my
Well,
head.
maybe I'm wrong, but in any case.
But that's the regions. That's where they are, and that's what they're based off of. And wee
baguette. So you would say what would be the least subtle to you and the most subtle to you?
Least subtle is 1000% Unova. And I'm saying non-Japanese ones because I don't know enough about the different prefectures. But Unova is the least subtle, and the most subtle is Galar.
The most subtle is Galar?
Yeah.
Out of all the generations?
I mean, out of the non-Asian ones.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah. I would agree with that. I think Alola is the least subtle, and then Galar is probably the most subtle.
Alola was my second least, so. But I think an African one would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could see.
Like a bunch of rainforest and yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a spam chat and Allie's just saying, "Be gone, scammer."
I mean, if you want to buy followers, now is your chance.
I'm sorry. It was just funny. I kept seeing it pop up on the side of my vision. That was funny. But yeah, Africa would be cool. I actually follow a lot of like fake Mon accounts where they'll make their own region and stuff. What?
I never expected that from you.
What do you mean?
To non-official Pokemon news?
There are people making art. Yeah, I look at that because a lot of their Pokemon are way better than what we get. But I've seen several from Africa, and all the Pokemon are so good.
Especially with some of the freaky bugs that they get.
The freaky bug. Yeah. Oh my god. Think of an Australian one. It'd be all bugs.
No.
Pokemon all bugs version.
That's all bugs.
Oops, all bugs. The starters would be like Tarantula, Centipede, and I don't know.
Yeah, we already have Tarantula and Sizzlipede.
Yeah, but we could have more. Because we have like Scolipede, Sizzlipede. I mean, we have tons and tons of bugs.
True.
But this region is just all bugs.
And one kangaroo.
And one kangaroo. That'd be my favorite gen, just because there's a kangaroo in it.
Kangaroo's the legendary.
I like it.
It would be ghost type. It'd be called Kangaboo.
That'd be my favorite.
Perfect.
If they made, since Greavyard just completely shattered my hopes and dreams, if they made a ghost type kangaroo, it's over. It's over.
Are we over too?
Yeah, we should. I guess they should do a Canadian one, and then we could have moose, and
we don't have a moose.
A beaver.
We have a beaver.
Which one's a beaver? What do we have?
The barrel.
Oh yeah. You're right. We have a maple leaf, just like a straight up leaf.
And we can call it leafy. Nope.
Leafy. All right. Yeah, no, maybe not Canada, but in any case, do you want to tell everyone where they could find us, Docs?
Well, if you guys miss us in between live recordings and in between Thursdays when we drop the episodes, you can always find us on Facebean.
No, Podbean, and basically anywhere else you find your podcast, as well as YouTube. It is Monday, obviously, so this is a little different for us. We'll try to get back on a more regular schedule and do couple more episodes at a time. But surprise, it's Monday. We're doing things.
Adulting.
Yes, it's hard to be an adult, but we will see you next time.
Definitely.
Bye.
Same time, same place.
Same time. Well, different time, different. Well, same. Goodbye.